So guys, in today's video, I'm going to be going over the 5 FNCS fundamentals that I believe every single player and team has to know. These are going to be things that are going to help you qualify through FNCSs, and it's stuff that I've learned over watching the past 10 FNCSs in the past couple of years, and it's stuff that I truthfully think you guys need to master if you want to qualify through the early rounds of these FNCSs. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video so you guys don't miss any of this important information. Let's get right into it. So the first thing is going to be to have an early game plan. Now this can start with a main thing, which is going to be having a set drop spot that you land at every single game. Now this means a couple of different things. You need to land at this drop spot every single game, even if you're low on points and you might be tilting, you might have a bad mentality, your teammate might be upset, you still need to focus on landing here and doing the same drop spot path that you do every single time. Regardless of your point situation, you must stick to your POI because that's how you're going to be consistent and hopefully do better in these tournaments. On top of that, you also need to have a loot route, and that is crucial. A loot route is essentially going to help you guys loot very quickly, efficiently, and make sure you maximize your POI and kind of take all the resources from it that you can. This is going to be very beneficial, and if you're uncontested, it's going to be really seamless and quick and really high loot. However, if you're contested, you should plan to land together with your duo partner, have a plan for when you're contested. Let's say that a team's contesting you, and you guys should land on the same rough area of the POI, loot up, get kitted together, and then fight them together. Basically, an uncontested versus contested loot route is a big difference, and you guys need to master both of them. Furthermore, you guys should also loot efficiently. Learn where all of the chest, floor spawns, ammo boxes, learn where all of that stuff is. That's going to help you guys maximize the speed at which you loot and also maximize the quality of the loot you get. And then the final thing for your early game plan should be to learn where other teams are rotating around you, where they're landing, where they're going to be rotating around, and make sure you plan for any teams that may potentially W key you, any teams you might run into as you guys rotate. That is some crucial stuff for the early game plan. Now the second aspect is going to be to have a surge route. Having a surge route is crucial in my opinion because this is going to be the most important thing, especially in the stacked FNCS lobbies. This can be a plan to go and W key another team in a fight with an offensive advantage, or it can be a plan to base up on a point of elevation and get tags onto other rotating teams. Now this is going to be crucial simply because as you guys are trying to play these FNCS lobbies, as they get more and more stacked and you get into the later and later rounds, you guys are going to need more and more storm surge. Surge plans are crucial for that. Every single professional team has a storm surge plan for every single round. Every single professional team knows how to get surge whenever they need it. You guys need to be the exact same. Like I said, you guys can either W key another team if you have an offensive advantage only, or you guys can base up on top of a point of elevation and look for tags. Unless you guys are very desperate for surge damage, focus on not taking unintelligent fights and make sure you only push if you have an offensive advantage onto another team. Now the next main fundamental is going to be to rotate deadside. In the later mid-game, in the first couple of zones in endgame, focus on rotating on the dead side of zone as it will help you get better positioning and make sure you don't get lobby focused. Now this is going to be crucial because recently in the past seasons of FNCS, a lot of mid-game teams that are doing well and succeeding throughout the endgame and the rest of the tournament, they're going to be rotating deadside during the mid and end game primarily. That's going to be a big benefit because genuinely what's really good is that it helps you make clean rotations and makes you not waste too many resources because you're not going to be focused as much. You don't need to build as much in order to protect yourself. That's going to be crucial. Sometimes you may need to use mobility to get onto the dead side if you're on the congested side originally. However, if you guys are able to only use it once or twice, that's going to be a really good sacrifice for you guys to be on the dead side and succeed with that. In general, I think rotating dead side is one of the most crucial aspects of FNCS. You guys need to master it. I can go in depth into that topic in a bunch of other videos, so be sure to check those out. But the next tip is definitely going to be the smart use of mobility. Now this is going to be a crucial fundamental, especially when you're rotating like the previous one. You need to spread out your use of mobility. In this past season, the most common uses of mobility were going to be nitro splashes and flowberry fizz. That type of stuff is really beneficial for your rotation, but what you guys should make sure you do is stack up on it. Maybe both of the players on your team have a flowberry fizz, both of the players on teams have 5 nitro splash. Be sure to try and ration them and save them and make them last throughout the whole end game because that's what's going to help you get seamless rotations around the zone. Essentially what I mean is that especially in metas like this one, having good fizz movement and really good nitro splash movement is basically going to make your rotation during endgame very easy. As long as you guys do that and then focus on tarping safely and rotating around the zone correctly with good pathing, your smart use of mobility is a crucial fundamental for your guys' success in the game. And guys, the final fundamental is definitely going to be to look for high ground. Now this is pretty much a win condition for a lot of the people. If you get high ground, it's a guaranteed win in a lot of zones. You need to make sure you look for height, whether it's early or late in the end game. You guys need to make sure you take it at the right time and then hold it for as long as you can if you want to get the win. In order to get height in the end game, you guys should look to position yourself on a high layer close to high ground, and then also look to get an offensive advantage before you push up to fight for height. This can be maybe knocking down one of the players, eliminating them on height, or even getting a lot of damage, or even breaking them down. These 3 things are pretty much offensive advantages you guys will need in order to push up onto high ground and win. Once you guys are on high ground, I'd recommend you focus on having a complete high ground playstyle in which you focus on applying constant pressure to the teams down below. If if you want to hold height once you get it. That's a crucial aspect of it. If you guys aren't applying pressure onto the teams right down below, they're going to want to push up from the second height layers and take high ground from you. So constant pressure is crucial. But guys, those are going to be the 5 FNCS fundamentals. It's going to be looking for height, making sure you guys have a smart use of mobility, rotating deadside, having a surge route, and then of course having an early game plan going in reverse order. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it as well. But that is about it for this video, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.